Howdy, howdy. It's Sam here. We're going to take a look at this week's camera work for the weekly equip review. And as always, none of this is meant to be hurtful. None of this is meant to be mean or bring anyone down. It's all meant to help us all get better together. I really enjoy working with all of you, and I want the best for you. So let's open up my notes here. All right, so let's take a look at section A here, and the first one I have is 1629. Oh, I was right there. Okay, so I have 3 notes here for this. So first off, this was a very, very different this was a very different week as far as filming goes. There were only 3 of us in the band, and at one point there was only going to be 2 of us, which would have made it even more different. But you guys did a great job at kind of trying to get everything that you can. That said, we have I have some notes. So let's take a look at camera 3 here. And this is kind of a weird shot. It kind of like we're kind of seeing what he's doing, but we're not all the way seeing what he's doing. His knee, Mark's knee is covering up the hands there. And we don't see his face. So it just kind of seems like the camera was on his face, and then it just tilted down by accident. And so if we take a look here, we watch it over here. So he's kind of so where is that? Yeah. So I can't remember what the other thing I said there. Either way, we would, if we could step like a half step to the left, just a little bit, and just kind of get more of a straight on shot so we can see what he's hitting right now. His knee is in the way, so it just looks kind of weird, and then we only see part of his chin there, which makes it extra weird. I did say zoom in shots a little bit more. Super zooms, I believe, is what I said. But that's not necessarily this is a close shot, but not a super close shot. So by super zoom, I meant something a little closer to like that, only with coming from the angle from the left just a little bit more. So we can get just a tiny bit more of a straight on shot there. So like if we were a little bit more straight on to him, to Mark here, like I would have loved a shot like that, or even like that, with the whole cajon in there and our jerry-rigged microphone stand there. All right, and camera 4, I love this shot right here. And so, I mean, part of the reason why I love this shot, and we're going to go over this right now, why this shot is awesome. We're going to bring up the rule of thirds here. So right now, Kelsey's in that third, but Bob here, right now, overall, she's mostly in that third, but the fact that Bob is here creates another third, or another end of the frame. So she is also in this third. So whenever we can find a way to put the rule of thirds in agreement, with a frame within a frame, it's gonna look real nice. So bravo on that one. Camera one. So this is a fine shot. It'd be I would ask for just a little bit further back, so you can see a little bit more of the guitar that I'm playing. And that's and we want a medium to medium close shot, and this is that, but I would like just a tiny bit wider. So you can see what I'm doing and singing at the same time. All right, 1833. Camera 3. Oh, okay. So this is a much better shot than what you had before. But I would have loved just a little bit more focus down here. Like right now, he's the focus should probably be on Mark's hands. So, and if that were the case, we would want his hands down here in this third here, or we would want them up here. But right now it's pretty close. So it's in that third, kind of in the third where we want it, probably just a little bit lower. So if we turn the rule of thirds back on, we would probably want it a little closer to there, or there's a little bit of negative space over here. So you could have maybe gone to the other side of the slider and done that there. And then you would have had me taking up some space, and you would have cleared the way a little bit more for Mark to not be necessarily blocked by my guitar there. So, but that is a much better shot than the one that we had earlier. 2336. Oh yeah, okay. So if we keep an eye on here, it's out of focus for a fair amount of time. So we just want to make sure, and then right towards the end there of this shot comes into focus. So we want to make sure that we get that muscle memory of find our shot, stay there, and then focus. Always make sure that the last thing you do is hitting the shutter button for a slow breathing focus, or the autofocus lock buttons for a quick tight focus. So it does get fixed towards the end, so solid. All right, so then let's move on to section C here. 549. Wow, I went way too far. All right, let's turn that off and lock it. And then let's get the rule of thirds here again. A little smaller. Copy and paste. All right, so let's take a look here. It was 549. So yeah, okay. So we're gonna let's watch Mark here. Let's turn this off too. So if we watch here, we have Mark. So we're having a little bit of the same problem we had last time. I mean, this is a good shot. But we need to be a little bit more aware of how things look overall. So we can see Mark is he's sliding his hand up and down on the cajon to give it kind of a shaker sound. But the angle at which he is being captured has his knee covering it, so it looks a little weird the way that happens. So we want to give better context to what the viewer is seeing and hearing. So we just like a half step to the left again, get a little bit more of a straight on shot. I realize that my dairy air is right here and it might be in the way, but just a little bit further to the left, I think, would make that shot shine beautifully. All right, 747, like the airplane. Camera. Oh yeah. Okay, so, and I'm gonna you will probably hear me say this just about every week. Get to 90% and stay there. The faster we get to 90%, the faster we can get to 100%, and we want to get to 90% right away so we can stay there and we have a clean, steady shot. So right now, there's some micro adjustments that's happening with Kelsey here, and you can if we watch it in the top left here, we see them happen. So if you watch up here, you can see them happening. Where did I see it before? So right here, you get to your shot, and right here is about 90. And right now, and I realize you're on the tripod, so it takes it adds a little bit of extra jerkiness to it if you're trying to get to your shot. But I would have just stayed here where you are on this shot of Kelsey and just left it, because this is a good shot, and you are currently at, I'd say, 95%. I think the only thing that might make that a little bit better is moving her to the left a little bit. And even that is like just a little bit over. So I would say stick with 90 there, because that is a much more usable shot than a bunch of micro adjustments. Because when the jerkiness happens, that really interrupts the viewer from the immersion of what we're trying to do, what we're trying to present. So like I said, get to 90%, because the sooner we get to 90%, the sooner we can get to 100% of the shot we want. All right, I rant over. 814. All right, camera 4. This is a cool shot. I would take a tiny, tiny step to the left to get me, tiny step to the left and pan to the right just a little bit. That would put me in the third of the frame within a frame here. Other than that, cool shot. I like it. 931. Oh yeah, this was a great profile grab of me here. Should I wear my ponytail higher? I'm not sure. Anyway, that has nothing to do with camera work. But I love the profile shot you got of me here, because it was such a good time to capture it, because you can really see you got a nice up close shot of me. You're using the microphone to fill that space, and we got Kelsey in the background. Yeah, I mean, I thought it worked really, really well, just because there was a lot of energy in this side shot when you captured it, because I'm a spaz and I can't stop moving. But there was another profile shot of Kelsey somewhere, I want to say, that I remember. I'm pretty sure you grabbed it too. Yeah, this is also a great profile shot right here too, because like this microphone is taking up all that negative space. Her hand is taking up that negative space there, and that's such a great shot. I love that so much. It was the perfect time to grab it. Excellent. 10:06 was the other one. Camera 4, another great. I love that you caught this shot, that you found the one of the very few spots last night where you could make it look like there were people to shoot between, and especially since Bob and Carol kind of rock back and forth, it feels really organic right here. So and like it helps that when you're on the left side, you have a lot more room to work with. So great shot there. Yeah. The other thing was just getting to Dan as the worship leader camera. We just want to get to that a little bit faster. And some of that is on you. Some of that is on the AV lead, trying to make sure that you're there on time. But yeah, I mean, you caught it, and we can see right here. So his head's cut off, and you catch that because you go up. And I would have just stayed right there. So that's great. It's a great shot. Anytime you can grab a shot where it looks like they're talking directly to the person in the camera, that always looks really good. It feels really good, especially when we have these I call them YouTube style moments, because like he's just looking directly in the camera. You caught it right center. Excellent job. I like all these other shots that we got here too. I like this side profile of him. It adds a nice contrast. My only gripe about this is that he's dead center there. I would have moved him maybe to there a little bit more. You could zoom in a little bit, or you could just move him over. I've got to quit doing that. Just move him over a little bit like that, or we can just move him over in general, and then maybe get a more of a straight on shot. But that's just me thinking out loud too. And that's all I got, guys. Excellent job. We keep getting better and better. And it is an honor to work with you guys. You guys are awesome. We couldn't do this without you, and you guys are doing a fantastic job. Keep working at it, and I love watching you guys grow. We'll talk soon.